Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Monday, the 15th of November, and it is time for Crypto Talk. And what a privilege for us as the Crypto School to be serving you tonight on this beautiful, hot summer's day. And at last, we have a summer's day in South Africa. Let me just mute everyone. Welcome to this call. And it's a privilege, as I said, serving you. And tonight we have a special guest speaker. We have Richard in the house, Richard D'Souza, the CEO, the founder, the coder, the jack of all trades, master of everything at Altcoin Trader on the call again. And Richard, it's so cool to have you. It's like family. It's as if you're part of the party. And everyone can see Altcoin Trader in our background because we as a team are big supporters of Altcoin Trader due to the service that we receive, and thank you. Please convey our message of thanks to the whole team. And we know you're under severe pressure with all the people getting added daily to Altcoin Trader, but that's a good problem to have. Rather have too many people signing up and registering accounts than no one. And it's an interesting space. We're only in the baby shoes of crypto, although a lot of people don't believe that. And thank you for what you're doing in the background. Easy save is the easiest way to make money in crypto there is anywhere in this universe. And tonight we're going to talk about this opportunity, this whole new universe that we have, or as Richard called it, the new financial system, crypto, and the adoption of crypto as the new financial system. And Richard, we look forward to hearing from you. Please say hello to the team and do your thing.
Donnie, thanks very much for having me. I always appreciate being on here and having the chance to share with you guys. Good evening to the team. You guys are always so welcoming, and I really appreciate that. As I always say when I start, crypto is something that I'm extremely passionate about. So for me, talking and sharing what I know and some of the things, it's an absolute pleasure. It doesn't feel like work at all. This evening, I want to talk about crypto adoption. I want to talk about the way adoption is actually happening, because I'd like to suggest that it's not what we think it is. We're all looking at crypto adoption and we're thinking that we can anticipate and see how it's going to happen. But I just want to change the view, move the camera slightly, and show us a different way and what I think is a likely scenario for how crypto is going to adopt, crypto adoption, or crypto is going to go mainstream. This amazing alternative financial system that we are all building, and that there's thousands of really intelligent people working on, devoting their lives to every day, is something that is growing at a rate we cannot even begin to imagine. As Donnie said, it's very early stages. One of the things that when we talk about crypto adoption, it's, I can't go and buy a hamburger with my Bitcoin. Not only that, when I speak to people, a lot of them don't even know about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. So this adoption is not really as prevalent as everyone thinks it is. I just want to talk about a couple of adoption stories, and then I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey to the left and to the right to tell you where I think the adoption is happening right now and the opportunities that we could be missing if we don't understand the way this alternative financial system is rolling out. I mean, just a couple of headlines. We see that Google removed the 2018 ban that restricted crypto exchanges and crypto businesses from advertising. That was a massive green flag. We see the Indian government reverses the decision to ban cryptocurrencies. We saw CryptoPunk selling in earlier this year for $11.8 million US, which is really a headline that still leaves my head spinning. We've seen Visa actually go and buy a CryptoPunk. That's just Visa, one of the major financial players, signaling to everyone that crypto is here to stay. NFTs are not as crazy as everyone thinks. We've seen MasterCard getting involved with crypto, wanting with a lot of different offerings to the crypto sector, to the crypto industry, and trying to onboard people to use MasterCard in crypto. One of the massive stories, of course, is PayPal allowing users to buy and sell cryptocurrencies right in the PayPal app. PayPal, a massive financial institution, traditional finance now bridging over to cryptocurrency. Guys, in the words of Lark Davis, people are not bullish enough. And then, of course, El Salvador. We've seen them adopting Bitcoin as legal tender. So really, if you never want to have anything to do with fiat or the old traditional financial system, again, take your Bitcoin, go over to El Salvador, and you can live in a crypto-only financial system. And then the last thing, which I'll just point out, is that China, they ban crypto, they unban crypto. They are currently consulting as to whether or not they should lift the ban of crypto. They're wanting to consult with the people. But behind the scenes, we can see that this is extremely bullish. And we know that China is looking at backtracking on what they did with banning the mining and banning everything. But still, all of this bullish news, and as I said earlier, you cannot go and buy anything with your crypto. So, what is this adoption? I'd like to suggest that adoption we are going to see in 4 stages. And of course, a lot of these stages will happen together. But just humor me, I'm going to outline these stages one by one. The first stage is DeFi, finance, and investing. Now, let me give you an idea. With Ethereum, and I'm only talking about Ethereum, earlier this year, we had $12 billion locked in value on DeFi. Now we're looking at $113 billion locked in Ethereum DeFi. That's just under a 10x growth in less than a year. What is happening and what people are starting to adopt, and at this stage, I believe it's mainly retail investors, but we'll soon see the institutional investors. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an example. Let's say I have 600,000 Rand. Now, 600,000 Rand is a reasonable sum of money in South Africa. Not many people fortunate enough to have that money, but traditionally, one of the best things you could invest it in would be property. So let's assume I go and buy a property and I get a tenant. A tenant for a property like that would be about 6,000 Rand a month. Typically, you would have to pay about 350 Rand for rates and taxes, and you would have a levy of about 1,800 Rand. That would give you 3,850 Rand monthly income. Once you've paid your taxes, you're getting around about 2,000 Rand, slightly under 2,000 Rand a month from a 600,000 Rand investment. Now, guys, that's not very interesting to me. If you're investing 600,000, you're getting 2 grand a month. And we all know that the growth in property, well, it does ebb and flow. Over the last couple of years, it hasn't been anything exciting. Now, if you're a degen investor, and I don't suggest this, guys, but I'm really just illustrating a different example, and you put 600,000 into PancakeSwap, you're going to generate 27,500 Rand a month. Okay, now all of a sudden, that is interesting to me. You take your 6 grand, property 2,000, PancakeSwap, staking 27,500. Okay, let's just try and sort of be a little bit more reasonable. If you had to just go into a curve pool and stake your 600,000 there, you would probably earn around about 7,500 Rand a month from the curve pool in stable coins. So that is certainly a lot more substantial than the 2,000 Rand that you'd be getting from your property investment. Or even if you weren't really very savvy in the DeFi world, you could go and invest that in altcoin trader, just simply buy Tron, hope the price of Tron doesn't tank, put it in easy save, and you'd be making about 5,200 Rands a month. Of course, you would also have to pay taxes on these latter figures that I've given you, but it really does highlight the huge difference that is right now available if you invest in DeFi, if you invest in the alternative financial system, as opposed to the traditional financial system. Let's take it a step further. If you didn't have 600,000 and you wanted to do the responsible thing, you wanted to invest for your future, you would typically consult a financial advisor. And, I like to call these guys sort of reps for either Sanlam or, whatever financial company it is. So they would come in as financial advisors and they would offer you products. You could maybe get 10%, 5% per annum. And if they did really, really well, they could maybe if things just went well, you could get 25%. Now, if that was offered to a crypto investor, he would go, whoa, what's wrong? Did something happen with the coin? I mean, we are used to thousands of percent per annum. Just to give you a quick example, Bitcoin this year, it's about 400% up. Ethereum, over 1,000% growth. Now, if someone in the traditional financial system is offering me, if things go well, 25%, and I'm used to 1,000%, it's really, really something that I could not even consider. Then, this adoption of what is happening in the DeFi space, people that are a little bit savvy can stake their coins. Proof of stake is absolutely massive. So now we are seeing two areas of growth. There's no longer a single area of growth. We're seeing the growth in the value of the coin. You buy Bitcoin, you buy Ethereum, you see hundreds or thousands of percent growth. That's great. Not only that, you earn interest, and that interest compounds the growth, and all of a sudden the figures become almost unbelievable. But it's been happening, and it hasn't only happened this year. It happened last year. It started to happen in 2019. And because we are so new, we are seeing these huge, huge interest rates. And I have no doubt that over time, as more people come in, we will start to see a cooling off of these insane returns. But right now, it's the place to be, and it's the place to earn these insane returns. So the financial space, investing, decentralized finance, loans, and all of those aspects, that's where I think the adoption is coming. It's not purchasing. You can't take your crypto and go down to Pick and Pay and buy something, because that is not really happening now. But the finance area is building up and is becoming massive. So when we talk about crypto adoption, let's shift our eyes over and say the financial aspect of crypto is growing, and the man on the street is not seeing it, because how many investment bankers are there? There's not many. How many finance guys are there? There's not many. Even people in crypto are very often into trading and are very often into counting their returns from the appreciation of the coins. They're not into the finance side of it, where we are seeing this immense, immense growth. And that is the adoption that is exciting me very, very much. Then the next wave of adoption that I think we are going to see, and it is going to take off and is going to boost the space to the next level, is, of course, gaming. Gaming is a trillion-dollar industry. And once gaming starts to get, and we've seen Axie Infinity, we've seen one or two games, the waters are starting to bubble. Game is like a drug. It's like crack. People get hooked on gaming. Mix that with earning while gaming, and it is something that is going to send crypto into orbit. So just to have a quick recap, first, I'm seeing the mass adoption in the financial and investment space. I see on the horizon, not too far away, gaming in the crypto space with the earning element coming and becoming extremely addictive, bolstering this crypto space. Then at that point, we are going to start to see purchasing become more commonplace. And when I say purchasing, I mean having the ability to spend your crypto on day-to-day items, because that is what most people think adoption is. And I'm almost suggesting that that is going to be, for lack of a better word, and just for tonight's talk, that is going to be wave 3. And then finally, wave 4, which we've heard rumblings of, we're seeing it more and more, it's coming up, is, of course, the metaverse. It's getting into the electronic space. Our cell phone is basically an extension of our consciousness right now. It's an extension of our existence, because a lot of our personal interaction is taking place on our cell phones, not face-to-face anymore. We've seen a lot of Zoom meetings like this. We've seen a lot of virtual meetings happening. Obviously, this is the beginning of this type of technology. We need to get it to a point where we can put it on a mask and all be together, or at least seem to be together. You know, we've seen Facebook rebrand to Meta. Obviously, Mark Zuckerberg has got this vision. It's not a new vision to him. He's been doing it for years. I think it's 7 years he's been trying to move towards this, because visionaries like him are seeing what is going to happen in the future. Now, that I believe is going to be coupled with crypto apps, messaging apps, and communication apps where you can pay people seamlessly for anything you want, whether it's a comment they made. If you, instead of smashing the like button, send them 5 or 10 cents, micro payments. And once that happens, of course, that will also just engulf things. So this crypto aspect, this financial system that we are seeing grow, is not growing the way or the typical way that we think it's growing. It's growing in a much faster way behind the scenes, if that makes sense. Guys, now, of course, with staking, there's 2 ways to stake right now, because after hearing all of those figures, I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, how can I earn that 27,000 Rand with my 600 Rand investment? And I'd just like to say that, obviously, for expressing my point, I've taken the very high points and the very low points, exaggeration for effect, but these type of gains are easy. If you are knowledgeable in this crypto space, I would urge you, if you're not earning insane passive income, to go to websites like stakingrewards.com and looking at all the opportunities that are there. They're nicely listed. You can see what coins you hold, what coins are not working for you, and you can put them to work by going to sites like stakingrewards.com. If you're new to the space, I would say you need to actually get your feet wet, start with small amounts. Places like Altcoin Trader, like the Easy Save platform, where it is exactly as the name implies, it's easy to save. You can simply go and stake your crypto there and see those returns within a couple of minutes. The nice thing about Easy Save, of course, is no fees, no lock-in periods, see your interest growing immediately, and access to your funds at any stage. You can just pull your funds out. You don't have to give notice. We've tried to make it as easy, cheap, and user-friendly as humanly possible. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. I really am very, very excited about the space. I think that we are in a very exciting time to be alive, watching this whole thing play out. It is the opportunity to make generational wealth. In the words of Roll Paul, even a blind chimp can make money in cryptocurrencies. Donnie, that's it from me. I hope that that little chat added some value and inspired some people to start looking at the opportunities that are out there. And if not, just at least inspire them to understand what is about to happen and this flood of finances that is about to flow into the DeFi aspect of cryptocurrency.
Well done. Thank you, Richard.